On the Family Gun Sport Dash when the Merrily is 7:12 a.m. in my city, Chicago. Freaky Freedom Friday, December 26, 2025. 100% on my phone. First day of Kwanzaa. They said it's just an extension of Christmas, but I beg to differ. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. But me being a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and the rest came from people like you, I guess I have to incorporate it. Last time I wore red, black, and green, though, I got my first black eye during Black History Month. Real talk. Wearing Black History colors, red, black, and green. So, it is what it is. Only in America, right? Look, I'm going to sum up the year and my story and my truths by saying, I did a lot of this for my allegedly mother, Mary Lee Wright, and my supposed to have been ex-girlfriend, LaWanda Joy Jacobs, Jehovah's Witness, Blue Cross Blue Shields person, and, obviously not a real Mary McNamara or, But anyway, I'm trying not to, reflect. Um, Either I'm going to bring out the best in people or I'm going to bring out the worst. Me being who I am, originated rap since the age of 8, 1975, and, advocate against the ones who abuse children since the age of 6, 1973. People don't like me for some reason and stuff because, I'm very outspoken and truthful and passionate about what I do, but some people can be bought even if they have been abused and taken advantage of or whatever the case may be. Long story short, Tevin Campbell has a song, Always in My Heart. They, set apart, they just want to turn around and use you, And I realize, everybody gets used, but when you take advantage of a person and, you leave them for dead, that's a whole nother story. My ex-girlfriend, LaWanda Joy Jacobs, I knew she was trouble from the beginning, but, I knew I needed to learn a little more about life and people in general and stuff, because I'm basically a loner. And, I kind of like it like that because it's less trouble, but, I'm so good at what I do because I was always taught if I'm going to do something right, you know, do it right the first time, or if you're going to do dirt by yourself or whatever the case may be. And I'm not a, bad person because I know crime don't pay. I know that. And I have proven it. Even though people and standing armies have come against me, I still, with the help of my higher power, because I don't believe in man-made religion, Kwanzaa, Christianity, none of that. I'm a spiritual person. I'm a human being living out a spiritual experience with the help of my higher power. Everybody has that spirit, but some people just use it as a disadvantage. You understand what I'm saying? Or an advantage towards somebody who is at a disadvantage. And I didn't know a lot of stuff growing up. And the people I hung around knew more than me, and they all had something to gain, as far as, money, property, and prestige. I'm going to go all the way to 721 because the program that I'm with is called Feather Fist, and it's a government-funded program, and they phone number starts with 721, and my ex-girlfriend, LaWanda Joy Jacobs, her phone number was 721-2690. And, they was all affiliated. They all surround you and stuff, when they trying to get something out of you or whatever, And I'm like, it could have been a happy ending because I had nothing but love in my heart. There's not a jealous bone in my body, I promise you. I thought people was going to stand up for their family once they realized it had worked. But they were so eager to see me, go to jail and prison. She was not happy until I was in jail. When I remember I made a pool shot. I was on the number one pool table. I didn't even plan it. I just freestyle a lot, but then I go back and see, where did I go wrong, or what was the problem? You understand? And I called the shot. My ex-girlfriend, LaWanda Joy Jacobs, was watching me play pool, and she was sitting by where my bike is at. You understand what I'm saying? And I was playing pool, and I got to the 8 ball, and I banked it. It hit 3 rails. I called it. And I called the pocket and it went in. She did not jump up. She did not smile. She was not glad for me. It was one of them shots that all around the world, same song. Yeah. You know, she was not happy until I told her I got poisoned in Atlanta. She laughed. She was not happy until I was at the county jail and she came to visit and she was smiling. You understand what I'm saying? I was like, wow, and I add things up in my mind. I don't hold resentments or grudges and stuff because, you become bitter and things of that nature, and that's what they want. And for some reason, I think they just want me to be jealous of them for taking my money, property, and prestige. Now, imagine you come to America and you are befriended by the, natives of the land or whatever and stuff, and they show you the ins and outs a little bit just to see, how you gonna respond or whatever and stuff. Because we wasn't really talking about too much anything. But she was going to AA meetings, but she never told her story. But she listened to everybody else around me tell their story or whatever, and nobody comes through them doors by mistake. But she never told hers. And I was always wondering what was her story. And I could tell she was very quiet. And it's always them quiet ones that are murky. You understand? It's always the ones closest to you. They call them frenemies. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, with friends like them, you don't need enemies. But still in all, I still had some kind of love for her because I felt like she was just misunderstood or something. Or maybe she was hanging around the wrong people, whatever the case. I'm a person that keeps my word, and I promised her that she was going to have, a beautiful life. So when they say joy to the world, they mean joy to the world, but they want to exclude me. Merry Christmas. You understand what I'm saying? They want to make it Xmas, happy holidays, but they don't want to give me the credit that I deserve to help them. That helped them, become, um, you know, prosperous. Yeah. I want the 9-step promises too that AA promised me. You understand? I wanted some things and stuff, but they think they winning. This is my wrap up portion of the year or whatever, because like I say, Kwanzaa starts today all the way to January 1st. So this of 2026. So this video should sum up how I feel, and basically in about a minute or so, I just want to say, I never broke my promise. You understand what I'm saying? But I know who you are now. Real talk. You was always a little jealous of me and stuff. And I understand. You know what I'm saying? But are you happy? You got everything you want. Are you happy you got family? You got this, that, and the third. And you think for some reason that I'm not happy. I am ecstatic. I just need y'all to leave me alone and give me what I earned. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, my higher power is going to finish the job. You do know that because it is a spiritual program and a spiritual life, especially in America. So when you come over here trying to take over, guess what? It'll hit home, and when it hit home, that's when you'll feel it, and you won't be laughing then. You understand what I'm saying? I don't wish no ill will on nobody. At the end of the day, I'm still a human being, and I do work for my higher power just like you work for yours. You had the winning person, but you was always looking outside of me. And God wanted you to see that for yourself. I think 721. I think when you went to my mother's funeral, you saw how poorly we put her away, but we didn't bury her that day. You know what I'm saying? I think you thought, well, she's not worth anything. You know what I'm saying? So you told me how much I made at the Clark Mall, $25,000, and I never told you. But how did you know? So that's the question. This the 5. I had 5 on it, but you didn't care. And this the 11. I'm the manifestation of the Martin Luther King. I have a dream. You just gotta feel it. Step your game up. Peace.